Okay, so everybody can see it, right? Can you give me some response? Because on my screen, I can only see myself. So everybody can see it. Okay. So yeah, okay, thank you very much. Now for the benefits of Patrick, I don't know why it happens. When I speak, all the Chinese character will show up. I don't know why. Maybe it's especially for Patrick, as he can read Chinese.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome, my dear friend. Okay, so last time we talked about the overview HLBP, right? So can somebody tell me what's the role of an HLBP, or should I put it this way? What is the role of an HR profession in an organization? If you really want to show your value to your company, what is the role of an HR professional? Now, can anybody share with me? What's the role? Can anybody share with me?
It's a true business partner. What needs to be redefined deliverables in terms of rules and responsibilities of Asia.
Very good. What else? Anybody would like to share? What other roles should we play if we want to show our value to an organization?
Leading talent management process.
Talent management process. Yes, very good. What other roles?
Can I say
one?
Yes, please, June, go ahead.
Yeah, June, yeah, go ahead.
Is the one who align the objective of the company with the employee.
Very good, very good. So what else?
Another function of an HR professional in an organization is to be a change agent. So you have to change for the better, transform HR, where employees provide employees best experience.
Very good, very good. What else? Anybody would like to add on? Any other functions or roles of an HR professional?
Yeah, that HR professional main role is to bridge with the suppliers and employees and the company. I think this is the concentration role in the organization.
Very good, very good. What else? What are the roles that we haven't mentioned, but you think this is also important as an HR professional? Okay. So basically, according to Dave Ulrich, right? Subtitle because connection is slow. Okay, so according to Dave Ulrich, the HR guru in the States, basically there are 4 roles for an HR professional in an organization. Okay, the first one is hang on. I think I might have some connection issue here. Hang on. Let me check with my internet. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, should be okay. Let me carry on. Okay, everybody can see it, right? Okay, according to Dave Ulrich, we should have 4 roles. Actually, some of you have already mentioned part of it. The first one is to be an operational expert, meaning that we need to do our day-to-day work very well. Like we need to recruit the right people at the right time. Like we need to make sure that all the payroll stuff, all the CMB stuff are well taken care of. We need to take care of it, especially on the retention, how to retain them, how to train them, how to develop them, how to handle a lot of staff issues and so forth. And at the end of the day, we need to comply with all the legal legislations, right? So all these things are considered as operational, and we need to be an operational expert, meaning that we need to have a good foundation for the HR department. Otherwise, if your operational level is not strong, and every day we need to resolve a lot of this kind of operational issues. You really do not have the time to take care of the strategies and so forth. That's why to be an operational expert is very important in being an effective or an HR professional who can add value to an organization. Second would be, as Marie mentioned, change agents. The only change that doesn't change is change itself. So we need to cope with changes. And as an HR professional, we need to, we cannot say that we need to lead the change, but we need to make sure that change management is in place in the organization, especially when organization needs to change. Are the people prepared? Do they understand why the changes, why the company has to change, what the changes would be, what the impact would be on them, and then how do we prepare for all these changes? So we need to be the change agent so that we can help our employee to adapt and then accept all the changes. Ultimately, it will be for the betterment of the company. Thirdly, will be the employee champion. I think one of the colleagues here mentioned that we need to work between the management and the employees, right? How can we be the employee champion? As in human resources department, right? Human resource in the past we call it personnel, right? It's very administrative and they just follow the rules, right? If the company's policy says that, oh, we can't do it, and you only have, say, 8 days of annual leave in a year, nothing more, and then now you come to such kind of situation, I can't have much, I still have to stick to the rules. Is that the way of handling things, especially from the perspective of the employee? Would they think that you are really helping them or you're just following the rules? So we need, as an employee champion, we need to think from the perspective of the employees. Of course, we also have to balance the interest of the employer as well. So we need to listen to them and then bring it up to the management on what they want. At the end of the day, we have to strike the balance between the employee and the employer's interest. Okay, and lastly would be, this is what we are learning today, is being a strategic partner. If we really need to show our value to the organization by connecting the HR objectives to the company objectives, leading to the achievement of the company results. Okay, so this is very important, how to be strategic. And everybody talked about strategic. What's meant by strategic here? When we talk about strategic, it has to be linked with the company roles, company business and the company objectives. Of course, we have to align with the company strategies. What HR strategies should be in line with the company strategies. Say, for example, if your company is going to expand in another market, so as a human resources head or professional of the company, what will you do to prepare for this company expansion? Do we have to hire people for that market? Do we have sufficient people internally to meet with this manpower demand? How about the knowledge? Do we have sufficient knowledge and skills to cope with this company expansion? All this, we have to think about all this in order for us to perform, add our value to the company. Okay, so according to Dave Ulrich, it's very true that human resources, this is the 4 main roles that we have to play if we really want to add our value to the organization. Let's go back to this strategic partner. That's why we have this human resources business partner program for all of you, so that you know that you need to play a business partner role. You need to partner with the business in order to be strategic. Okay, so for this module, we talk about consultation, right? So what is your understanding about consultation? Can anybody share with me? What is your understanding about consultation?
Can I say something?
Sure, go ahead, Marie.
Consultation means, in any business, consultation means you are engaged to a professional where you ask for professional assistance and professional advice on how to run your business accordingly. So but it's not limited on business issues, financial problems, but also everything. It depends on what type of consultation you seek from a professional.
Yeah, very good. What else? Do you have any other comments on this consultation role? Anybody would like to add anything here?
Yeah, I'm Tanya. Yeah, I would like to add from my perspective for the business consultation, I think in our role is that we help our business or client address the right course problem issues, and then we help them probably it's from our end that give solution, I mean in terms of consultation. So I think we they look at us as someone who are expert and also be on a solution focused approach. Yeah,
very good. Basically, we are helping, we act as a consultant to help the company give advice to them, which ultimately leading to the resolving the problems for the company or to rectify the situation. So let me see if I can move my slides. Okay, so what are the roles and responsibility of internal consultant? Everybody can see it, right? We give advice to our stakeholders. We might not be the one who has to do everything, but at least we give some valuable advice to them so that they can take it on board and then implement it. So we need to partner with the leaders to meet their organization objectives. So we need to understand the business. That's why one of the techniques, right? One of the skills for HRBP is to possess this kind of business acumen, meaning that we need to know about the business. Otherwise, how are we able to give the right advice to the management if we don't know about the business? If you don't know about the business, we will not able to hire the right people for them as well. So having business acumen is very important. In order for us to partner with the leaders, we are able to speak in their language. And then it will be, everything gets measured, gets managed, right? So we need to measure how could I advise it at the end of the day. Okay, so that would be the role and responsibility of the internal consultant. Then what are the competencies that we need to possess in order for us to be a HRBP or for us to perform very well as a consultant? Anybody would like to give a guess? The competencies that we need to possess as a strategic partner, as a performance, as a internal consultant. Marie, you want to say something?
Yeah, so you need to be a visionary.
What? Sorry, say again.
You need to a visionary.
Oh, okay. Visionary. Okay. What else?
You need to have a problem-solving skill.
Problem-solving skills. Absolutely. What else?
Critical and analytical skills.
Critical analytical skills. Yeah. What else?
Listening and coaching skill.
Very good. Okay. So what else? What else? That's all?
You also have to be strategic. You should have strategic thinking.
Strategic thinking. Very good. Very good. What else?
Change
You
agent.
also,
Change agent.
Yes.
Absolutely.
you also need to be proactive.
Proactive. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. What else do you want to add? Jessica, would like to add anything? Jessica?
You should also be
Actually, I would like to say the analytical thing, but Mary just told us so.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, let's see.
You should have
Let's
also
see,
people skills. You should be a people
yeah.
person.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah. Let's see what sort of skills that we need in particular for HRBP. As I mentioned earlier, we need to have very strong business acumen. We need to know about the business, what's going on in this market, and what are their biggest competitors. What is the business model of the company? How do we earn our income? Now, what is the financial situation of the company? Is there any way from the HR perspective that we can help the company? So all this we need to know about the business. We start with this. Otherwise, we are not able to perform strategically. Okay, so that's why we have a module on business acumen. And next one be financial literacy. Why do we need to be financially literate? Can anybody tell me? You know, finance is not something HR would know, right? But why do we need to know about this finance? To be financially literate. Why?
Because we need to know how the business make money, and also business only like the numbers. So I think is to be able to speak the same language. These are the fundamental of knowledge we should have.
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, so we have a module on that as well, on how to read financial statements, how to read balance sheets, how to read our profit and loss account, and so forth. From the balance sheets, from the profit and loss account, we will be able to tell about the financial situation of the company and what are the company plan for the future, especially from the financial perspective. We need to know all these things, right, in order to perform strategically. And
also,
yes, Mary, yes.
Yes, Because also, remember the success of the business is being measured on the numbers, on dollar sign, right? So you would only understand, or you would only know that your business is a success or you have revenue by the number. So it's very important if you're going to be an HRBP, it's very important for you to understand the financial status of the company so that you would know what areas you need to improve. You need to implement cost saving strategies in order to ensure revenue and efficiency of productivity.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's why as an HRBP, we need to be financially literate. We need to know to read all these kind of reports in order for us to tell something about the current situation, the current financial situation, and the future financial situation of company, in order for us to give advice to the organization. And because of this, we are able to perform our role as a consultant effectively. Okay. So next would be coaching skills. So somebody mentioned about coaching skill, right? I think it's Tanya mentioned about coaching skills. So we'll cover a lot about coaching skills later on in this session. And then we have data analytics skills, right? We need to read data. Now we need to, it's a data-driven world. So people will not make decisions just by using their gut feelings. They need to read data. They need to interpret data, and from the data, they're able to make some well-informed or good decisions, data-driven decisions. So we have a session on data analytics. It's very important. Nowadays, it's very difficult. A lot of companies, especially MNCs, right? They have a separate session on data analysis. Last year, ACHRM has organized a session on data analytics and data analysis, and we invited a guy from Lenovo, who is based in India. And this gentleman actually is the global head of data analysis team of Lenovo. And he shared with us a lot of things that they have done in their department in order to show their value. So for some of the data that they have put together, they're able to make predictions on whether their talents would plan to leave the company or not. So you can see the power of data, right? With data, we can see what's happening here, so that you can make some plan to rectify the situation. And also with this data, you're able to tell what the trend would be in order for you to make a better plan for the future. So you can see the power of data. So that's why we have a session on data analytics. And then we mentioned rightly that change agent. We need to be the change agent in order for the company to make any changes, because change is constant. We cannot avoid it. We have to cope with it, accept it. And then will be talent development. I think it's always important that we need to develop our talents, no matter it's in good times or in bad times. So we have a separate session on talent management. And so that would be the skills, the competence that we have to acquire in particular for HRBP in order for us to perform strategically, okay? And all these competence, for all this, we have a particular module on each of them, okay? And for today's module, we will focus on coaching skills. Okay, so can anybody tell me what is your understanding about coaching? Anybody?
Yeah, it's actually to teach or learn to the employees of their lackings skill. Like it may be corporate culture, it may be a behavioral issue, it may be each and everything which we need to develop and strong in our business in the market.
I see. Okay. What other anybody would like to share your view about coaching? Coaching is very powerful, and also it can see its value. Yeah, we are a lot of coaches in this world, and so what is your view about coaching? What is your understanding about coaching? Anybody? Miss Nanny? Miss Nanny? Yeah. Jessica, you would like to share something? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, from my side, coaching is not only one direction, but we also need to listen from the employee side and also from the management side. And also, I think as an HRBP, we also not give the solution, but we give motivation for the employee. I think it's to issue that important from my side, not only for give solution but also give motivation for the employee.
Absolutely. Mr. Tan mentioned that coaching is, let me read, help employees discover their own solution, talents, and unstuck themselves. Oh, okay. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the one of the objective of having a coaching session, right? Anything that you want to add on before we move on this coaching skills?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to
go
add.
ahead.
So I think it's like asking the powerful questions and allow like the thought-provoking process to our coachee, so they can come up with their own solution.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the all coaching is about. But you know, in our normal days, right, we always talk about mentoring and coaching, right? Let me see if I can go to another page. Okay, so we always hear about mentoring and coaching. Basically, what's the difference between these two, mentoring and coaching? Anybody? Can anybody just help us to understand the difference between these two?
Ms. Rita, can I say something?
Sure. Go ahead, Marie.
Mentoring and coaching, because these two are usually, they always misconclude as the same, right? Almost the same, but there's a big difference between mentoring and coaching, because coaching is a practical application of what you have learned and then you transfer it to someone, right? So that is coaching. Like in sports, we have sports coach, right? So a practical application. So you tell the person what is the practical logical application of something and then ask them to do it. So that is coaching. But mentoring is more on you have a long-term mentoring, where is you talk about the goal of the person and able to guide the person to reach that particular goal. So that is mentoring. So coaching is just temporary. After they learn the skill, you let them go. So it's finished. But mentoring, it involves time, it involves energy, and then care. I want to use the word care because when you mentor someone, right? So the fruit of the labor is when your mentee reach the peak of his or her success. So mentoring, you spend more time to the person, coaching not only life skills, work-related, personal, so holistic approach. So mentoring in terms of holistic approach.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Tang, Mr. Tang wrote, who want to express? Yeah, you
Peter here.
Peter,
Okay, I want to add on a bit about I want to add on a bit about from Marie. I think mentoring is more to like succession planning, to be the next leader, that kind of thing. So it is more long term, and also actually like what Marie says, a lot about caring. Yes.
Thank you,
Thank
Peter.
you.
Thank you, Peter. Tanya mentioned knowledge, expertise, experience, and second is solutions. Okay. And Mr. Tang mentioned that mentoring actually is to hold their hands to reach their destination with your experience, meaning you are the mentor, right? Your experience and skills. Okay, let us know what is mentoring and what is coaching. What's the difference between these two? Okay, so mentoring, basically, we really have to hold their hands for them to solve their problems. Usually we, as a mentor, right, we give them guidance on how to do it. We guide them. Say, for example, if somebody doesn't know how to resolve this current situation, maybe someone who doesn't know how to deal with her boss. Okay, so as a mentor, then I will understand the situation from the mentee, and then tell the mentee, oh, this should be the way that you deal with your boss in order for you to have a better relationship with him or with her. Okay, so basically, mentor is someone who's very experienced in that area, and then tell the mentee on how to do it. And we usually have mentoring, especially for some of the young generation who are not that experienced and may not have enough knowledge in a particular area. And then the mentor actually is the one who is very experienced, who have the skills, knowledge, and experience in that particular area, and who is willing to guide the person, guide the mentee to resolve the situation. So basically, we hold their hands, tell them how to do it in order for the mentee to do it. Okay. As for coaching, it's a lot difference. We won't tell them how to do it. We just ask, as Tanya mentioned, we just ask a lot of powerful questions with the aim for them to be more successful. So basically, in coaching, we ask a lot of powerful questions in order for the coachee to have self-discovery. He will discover that, oh, this is my roadblocks. These are my problems. Oh, okay. After knowing it, it's the coachee who come up with the options and then the solutions. Because we believe that by doing so, the coachee will be able to rectify the situation more successfully, because he's the one who knows what are his roadblocks. And he's the one who come up with these options and also the solutions. It's the person who is the one who know better than anybody about the situation, about the solution, and so forth. So basically, the coach is the one who come up with who share with their current situation, come up with the options, and then the solution. As for the coach, the role of the coach is to help to ask powerful questions, and then help them to formulate by using their questioning skills to formulate the implementation plan. Then after that, follow up, be their accountability partner. So that's the role of the coach. So we'll explain more later. So in a coaching session, basically we help employees to solve the performance problem. At the same time, we also help them to unleash the potential. So, and on it depends on what's the goal of that coaching session. In some cases, it also helps them to excel better in their career. Say, for example, in this session, I want to set a goal of becoming an HR director. Say, for example, I'm already a manager. I want to be an HR director. So I already had a plan to make it happen in three years' time. So the coach will help them. We'll help this coachee to achieve this purpose by asking a lot of questions. And these questions are so powerful that it really help the coachee to discover that, wow, why I didn't think of it before. And with your question, I'm able to come up with a lot of different options for me to consider. And ultimately, I pick one solution and then put together an implementation plan, execute it. And along the way, the coach will monitor, making sure that the coachee is willing implementing the plan. Okay, so that's the main difference. Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Okay, for me,
yes.
Do you mean in the mentoring process we have the right answer, right? But for coaching process, we do not have the right answer, right?
Even for the coach, what's meant by right here? Right answer. There's no right or wrong answers in this world. You think your answer is right? Maybe in that situation it will not be right. So for mentor, usually the mentor will use his expertise and experience to tell the mentee that, oh, this is something that you should do. But for the coach will not have the answer. You are right. We will not have the answer or right or wrong answer for the coachee, because the coach is not supposed to give the answer. And the coach answer may not be right, because it depends on the coachee, because nobody will know better the situation than the coachee himself or herself. So for the coach, they never give any answer. No matter it's right or wrong or whatever, they won't give answers. They only give questions. That's why the question, actually the quality, I'm not sure you heard of this saying, the quality of a life depends on the quality of questions that you ask. So you can see the power of questioning. If you're able to ask the right question, it really changes your life. Okay, so we will share with you more about this kind of question. Okay, so next.
It looks like the mentor is more on the hard skill and the coach is more on the soft skill, right?
Yes, absolutely. So later on, we'll share about under what circumstances should we use coaching skills. under what circumstances coaching skill doesn't work. Okay, so if you want to solve the problem, it doesn't apply to all the situation. We cannot say, oh, you have the problem, let me coach you. No, it depends on the substances. It depends on what problem that you have had in order for me to use different solution for you. Coaching is not applicable to all the situation. Okay, we'll discuss it later. So when we want to learn coaching, we need to know its benefits, right? So the benefits of for coaching for the employees, right? I think some of you already mentioned that we help them to solve their problem, foster their growth, so that they will feel respected and also feel motivated. And then for the coaches, right? We always go for win-win, right? If there's no benefits for me as a coach, why do I have to perform coaching? Right? So what are the benefits for the coach for being a coach? We cannot live singly in this world. We always have to do win-win. We always have to do it collaboratively. So in coaching, we use collaborative approach, meaning that the coach will throw out powerful questions, and the coachee will discover it by itself and come up with different options and solutions. Okay. And then we emphasize on relationship. Everything we talk about relationship. So if you really want to be an effective coach, I don't think you can achieve the purpose in the first or the second session, especially when you are new to the coaching. You need to build a relationship, and also in order to be more effective in your coaching sessions. Okay, so about relationship, especially when the coach doesn't know you. Will I tell you a lot about myself? Right? So in order for us to facilitate it effectively, we need to build very good relationship with the coachee in order to perform the best. Okay. And then increase our capability, accountability, because as a coach, I mentioned that we also need to be the accountability partner. Then I'll explain it to you later. What's meant by accountability partner? When you go through the process, then if you make yourself as accountability partner, that will help the coachee be successful in this coaching journey. Okay. And then creativity. When we give them quick felt question, we need to have creativity, right? We need to ask a lot of good questions. Okay. So it's a rewarding work. When you see people's success, you also feel happy. That's the purpose, right? We don't talk about this. Monetary thing is one thing, but you feel happy because you have seen somebody grow. You have seen somebody who have improved themselves, and you have seen somebody who really motivated, and you see somebody who feel that he's respected. So it's a rewarding work, something to do with your inside feeling, not just on the outer monetary award or whatever. Okay. And lastly will be you help and for yourself, you also elevate yourself to be a more successful coach. Because if you do more, you will be better next time, right? So I always believe that practice makes progress, and if you make a lot of practice, then you'll be a better coach or a better person. And I'm sure if you have read the book, like I think I can't remember the name of the book, but there's a guy, Malcolm Gladwell, right? He's a famous guy who wrote a book. I can't remember the name of the book, but in that book, it mentioned about if you really want to be an expert in a certain area, you need to practice at least 10,000 hours. I totally agree with it. I think if you don't have enough practice, you cannot be excellent in the area. But full practice, you will know more about how to manage it. If repeated practice, I'm sure that you will become the expert. Anybody can become the expert, only if they take action, do it consistently, and have the purpose at the end. Okay, so that's why if we are able to do the coaching frequently, we will actually be a much better coach. So benefits for the organization, absolutely help the company to achieve higher productivity, improve employee engagement, retention, and also performance, right? How about for the leader? We have lots of coaching sessions for leaders. Then what would be like? What for a leader, right? Especially for your CEO, a lot of executive coaching, right? So it would be it depends on their goal. It can be a long-term and short-term. And then and again, I mentioned that relationship can tell a lot. If you really want to have the best coaching session, you need to build a very good relationship with the leader. Okay, so basically, it's a relationship building event. It's not really a single event. It's a relationship building activity, not a single event. You will never be able to achieve the best result with just one session and without knowing much about the coachee. Okay, and then we can do it formally and informally. It depends on the substance itself and also at the request of the coachee. And then again, no answers to be given by the coach. We are not able to give them answers, but with powerful questioning, we are able to help the coachee get the right answer and then get it implemented. Again, there's no ideal for every situation. You cannot say, oh, this is ideal situation. No, I don't think there is a perfect answer for anything. You may say that this is the optimal answer, optimal solution. There's never a perfect answer for any situation. Okay, so of course, when you do coaching, there are challenges, right? So can anybody just share with me the challenges? If you do coaching, can you foresee? Can you give a guess on the challenges when you want to do coaching? What will be the challenges? Anybody would like to share?
Yeah, me.
Yeah, Tanya. Yeah,
I think it's also the readiness of the coachee to really understand what is about coaching. I think more often that they expect us to tell the answers, right? The options or the solution. I think how much they know. I mean, the way of coaching is all about. That's one thing. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. What else you want to add? Yeah,
I think in one conversation, when talking about coaching, I think it's probably like very short time, right? In one conversation. And I think it's about time that how we can really like help the coachee on the journey. I mean, in conversation that really come out on their own, that answer. So I think also the time and also that how we ask the right question, techniques, I mean, skill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you want to share about these challenges? There are always challenges on anything that you want to do. It's just a matter of how you build it.
Correct, Rita. I think HR professional always face challenges each and every steps. So for the this topic, when the coachee, when the employee is asking the question why I learned this event, why I learned this or that answer is should be very technical and very professional, so that they can understand that this coaching will be very helpful for their career as well as our business. I think that is the main challenges for us.
Okay, what else you want to add before that we'll see when you perform a coaching session, when you perform coaching? Okay, so people think that I don't have time, I don't have enough time, right? And time is something that is always a challenge. I really want to get a coaching session. I don't have the coach does not possess the formal training. And then about distraction from other roles, it can be because I'm very busy, I don't have time, and also I cannot focus because of too much work. And also resistance from some difficult employees. They may think that, oh, I need a coaching session. Does it mean that I'm a problematic employee? So they just feel that, oh, the feeling is no good because I'm labeled as a problematic employee. I don't want to go for coaching. So all these are the challenges. Of course, there will be a lot of different challenges. And when it comes to coaching difficult employees, we have to make sure that we have a positive mindset. Never let the employee think that, oh, you have problems, that's why I need to coach you. No, we want to understand, we want to help you to deal with your challenges. It does not imply that you're a problematic employee. So we need to think positively, and the coachee also has to think positively. Another thing is we won't make any judgments, okay? And lastly will be for the benefit of doubt, we give it to the coachee, especially when they try to share with you some situations. Then you will ask some question for clarification, but you will never draw the conclusion that, oh, you are the problem. It's not that way. And here, I would like to go to the meat of today's session is the framework. What framework are we going to do, right? We talked about the benefits, why we have to learn coaching. What is coaching? Now we come to how. How are we going to do it? Okay. So so in the market, there are a lot of coaching framework, and they have Achieve, Oscar, Clear, and Grow model. And for me, this is the most effective and the simplest. I want to go for something which is effective and simplest. I don't want to go for anything complicated. So today I'm going to share with you on this Grow model. Anybody has ever heard of Grow model? It's quite popular in the market. It's also very effective. Anybody? No, right? Okay, so let me continue with this framework then. GLOW, and also easy to remember, right? GLOW. Actually, is the acronym of 4 words. Can anybody just tell me what is G?
Go. Go.
Go.
Very good, very good. So always begin with the end in your mind. What do you want to achieve in this coaching session, right? So that's why when we set our goal, we need to be smart. I think everybody knows what a smart is about, right? Can anybody tell me what is SMART here? SMART goal.
Yeah,
Anybody?
SMART.
Yeah,
SMART should be
specific.
Specific, yes. What else?
Measurable.
Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound or time frame.
Spot on, spot on. Next will be R, right? What is R? Can you give a guess? Patrick, you like to give a guess?
I forgot it.
Reality.
I didn't see you.
Reality. Yeah.
Reality.
That's
yes.
right. That's right. Reality. So once we know that you have this goal, right? So we have to analyze what's happening now. So what is happening now? What's the current situation? We need to know where we are before we know where we want to be, right? So this is where we are. What's the reality? What's happening now? Okay. And then how about O? Anybody can tell me?
Option.
Wow, excellent. Option. So with this current situation, what are the options that for me, in order for me to achieve the goal? I want to know the options that I have. What could I do? I don't want to come with one option. I believe that there will always be more solutions than problems. So I should have come up with at least 3 options for me to choose. So lastly is W. What is W?
Way forward.
Very good. Way forward. What would be your solution? Okay, so you have a few options for you to choose, right? So ultimately, which one do you choose? Okay, so what will you do? Your commitment to make your way forward. So with this solution, you cover your implementation plan with the timeline and so forth. And then along the way, the coach will help you to achieve this, but not giving you answers, but giving you questions so that you'll come up the options. So I'm going to share with you some of the powerful questions in each of the stage, okay? So that you are able to do this GROW model very well. So in this process, we need to, as a coach, we need to ask a lot of powerful questions in order for the coachee to discover by himself or herself. So this self-discovery is very important. And then that is the self-discovery is not from the perspective of the coach, it's from the coachee's perspective. So because it's the coachee who has to discover everything by himself, right? So it will never be the coach perspective. If this is coach perspective, by the end of the day, it's the coachee who has to make it happen. Does this sound not very logical? So it will be from the coachee perspective. He has to do the self-discovery by himself. And then after that, he has to come up with the current situation. That is the real, right? The R, right? Reality. What's the current situation? What is the ideal situation? If I really want to sort of ideal, right? The optimal situation, what would be my options? So we ask powerful questions in order for the coachee to come up with options. And that would be the solution discovery. Before you come to a solution, you think of different options. So after picking the sort of the best option, it has become your solution, and you need to come up with the action plan. And then we need to follow up and support. So this would be the whole coaching process. Questions? Questions before we move on? Is that clear? Glow model? Okay,
Yes.
we'll have practice session later. Okay, so that everybody will know it. Okay. Okay, so this is the process. I don't know what's wrong here. Okay.